Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now we're going to get our popcorn and then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car and I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Come on in, you guys. I came in early because I gotta work tonight. I didn't really have to, but they need somebody to come in, so I'm gonna go on in. Things is just crazy. It's just Wednesday, but it is May the 1st. I'm so happy April is out of here. It's just unbelievable. You guys, so this live today is gonna be more about a positive, but I do need to share some bad news with you guys before we get started on trying to lift everybody up, because I know everybody is going through something. If it ain't your money's messed up, then your car is messed up. And if it ain't your car, it's the people around you or school or your husband or your wife or your dog or your neighbor. Or I know everybody, because this is the new world. This is the new world we're in. Thank you guys for showing on up. And thank you, Sonya Watts, for being on in here. People like popcorn. You know the rules, you guys. You know the rules. Because it's, our legal time is 3, but it's 2 something. So that's what's up on there. They'd be like, oh, but yeah. I don't know what it is there, but here it is. It is. Anyway, I want to share with you guys something that I just found, and I didn't even know that it happened. And it's weird because Oklahoma is just my backyard, really. And literally, it is my backyard. So, and I know you guys didn't hear this, but I'm going to share with you. It happened like April the 23rd. And so April the 23rd would have been last Monday, not the 28th, the 29th, but the 23rd. You guys, a lot of stuff was going on. How you doing, Crystal? How's everybody doing? Lisa Taylor, Crystal Powers, Sanja Watts, Nancy LaRose, Kay Solo. How you guys doing? How are you? How are you? So, I'm trying to calm down myself because it just seems like nobody's got anything good going on. So, let me share with you. In Oklahoma is getting it really bad right now. It seems like a lot of information, a lot of things is going in Oklahoma. That's where my daughter lives, so I do keep a close eye on Oklahoma. And so it says an Oklahoma suburban dad hunted down a family. You guys, left one child alive. Okay, they say he who is now surrounded by love. The family. Let me tell you what happened. Okay. So the family of Lindsay Candy, her name is Lindsay Candy. Lindsay Candy. The shooter's late wife wants the public to remember the legacy of their late kids. Danielle, 18, is a boy. Ethan, he's 14, boy. And Lucas, he was 12. Now, let me tell you about this story. I'm going to read it to you, and we're going to talk a little bit. But we want to keep a positive note today because it's just really stressful. It's stressful for me. I know it's stressful for you. So, a recent massacre inside an Oklahoma City suburban home doesn't define our family or their lives, the victim's family told Fox News. Last week, Jonathan Candy, that's his name, Candy, was arguing with his wife, Lindsay, and it escalated into an unspeakable tragedy when he grabbed a gun and fatally shot her multiple times and systematically went through the home shooting the children. 3 of the 4 sons, Dylane, 18, Ethan, 14, and Lucas, 12, were all killed before Jonathan turned the gun on himself. For reasons unknown, a 10-year-old son was spared. He woke up to the carnage inside the house and called 911 before first responders found him outside the home. They've got pictures of these boys and their mom and all of that. It is a beautiful family. It's a beautiful family, you guys. So the news spoke with Lindsay's side of the family, which is struggling through, and they did do a GoFundMe. And because the boy is going to need a lot of is to bury the other 3 kids and the mother. And, when people say GoFundMe, there's always somebody GoFundMe, 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 GoFundMe. This is where GoFundMe is needed. I was just reading something real quick here, and it was talking about 3 surprising lessons after losing a spouse and trying to move forward in life, still evolving. And a new book shared pain and loss and lessons for others. Winning the struggle. So in New York based an author, and his name is Warren, who lost his beloved wife to cancer on January the 1st, 2018. He has written a book called Waving Goodbye, Life After Loss. I think that's going to be a bestseller too, because life after loss, that's something else. Waving goodbye, wrenching experience, and a continuing fallout from the loss of his wife, Lisa, his best friend and mother, and their now grown daughter. Not just a personal account, though. His book also shared tips and inspiration for others. So if anybody going through anything, this is a month. Some people know what I'm saying. That you're thinking of whatever, but not just a personal account, though. His book will share tips and inspiring other people. It addresses such practical matters as writing wills, leaving instructions, and getting affairs in order for peace of mind and the benefit of others, you guys. So the book sees on a wider reality in America. Everyone, he says, will deal with this at some given time. Whether it's your husband, your wife, your mother, your brother, your child, your son, your daughter, your dog, or whatever. So every relationship will end this way at some point. He said, I never expected to write this book. It is different from anything else I've ever written. Okay. Have you seen the numbers? He said, there are 3.7 million widowers in this country and 11.5 million widowers right now, he said. There's a 6% of population who have lost a spouse, he said. And the number is going to skyrocket very soon as the baby boomers start to take to their lives. Among, he's saying, take away when it comes to losing a spouse. You think you will now know how to handle the death of your loved ones. You may not. It's wise. While people are well and accused to be sure to get personal and financial affairs in order, it will help the family tremendously later on. Yes, time does heal some wounds, but not completely. Loss can and will change you. I never expected to write this book. It is different from anything else I've ever written, he says. I'm going to read some more. I don't have anyone that I've lost recently, but I guess this is for somebody. Well, I don't think it's going to show me anymore. Anyway, let me see. Thanks to a daily diary he's been keeping for most of his adult life, he was able to go back in time and refresh himself in vivid details about life with his wife, but the good times and the very, very difficult times during her illness in her final years, he says. After she passed away, people brought books to him in an effort to be helpful, he said. Most of them were written in a very academic style by psychologists, grief counselors, clergies, and others. As well intentional as those gifts were, he said, he found those books about loss hard to read. When you go through a huge traumatic, he says, your brain doesn't function the way it used to function. That is not something, he said, that most people are prepared for or think about. The author said he received some amazing emails in his grief and included some in the book because they were insightful and perspective. Okay? And after she died, my brain just went out to lunch. I couldn't read. So as a result, he wanted to write something that could be useful to others who might be in the same shoes, either now or in the future. Wow. I wrote this book in a very difficult way, in a different way. It's a short book with short chapters. It's as easy to understand as I could possibly write. And I just explained what happened, what worked, and what didn't work. So if anybody going through this, the book is called Waving Goodbye. You might can it might be on Amazon, or you can probably get an audio book. I like audiobooks. I haven't had one in a long time. This is something I might, you know, probably wanted to read or needed to read if I was going through a death. But there are some amazing emails he received while he was grieving, he said, and I included those. A couple of those because I found them very insightful and perspective. A good friend of his, in a message to him, described the physical pain of loss as well as the profound hurt in so many other ways. This friend had also lost a spouse. It became an emotional and psychological scare. His friend wrote, "Life has changed so dramatically. There are many changes in regards to family, friends, loss of who we are. I probably still think of Janet, that's his wife, his own deceased wife, every day. It's taken me more than 5 years to get back my emotional bearing. I hope you will find some solace. The wound heals. Let's have lunch, Howard." If you are just going through this process, you're not going to believe it because I didn't believe it. He also noted things will get better, and they will get better in a way you don't or didn't understand. What helped him get through the loss, he said, was surprisingly practical actions, among them putting on my socks every day. He said that having a daughter to continue to raise, helping him numerously, as I had to be the responsible adult. He included this taken away in the book. 5 years after he lost his wife, to those around me, my friends, my colleagues, even my daughter, I appear normal, but in one very fundamental way, I am not. The old me left with my wife, I'm not sure who this new person is. I am still evolving, but I will tell you this with absolutely certainty. I am not the same person I was before my wife died on January the 1st, 2018. So he also writes movingly in one part of his book about his emotions. 5 years on, it still happens. I still cry, but with much less frequency. It's often brought on by music or someone's kindness or for reasons I don't even understand. Only now it's more like a sneeze. I can feel it coming on, and the duration is about the same. He added, "Thankfully, this happens less and less every day." In addition, he shares his Jewish faith and how it helped bring um, him some comfort to him in the most trying of times. He also touches on how technology, including the presence of literally hundreds of videos and photos of his wife, is impacting the experience of loss every day and people's relationship with those who leave this earth too soon. Waving Goodbye, published on April the 9th, is available wherever books are sold, including on Amazon. I was just letting you guys know because I do know that when I'm going through things, and I'm going through things right now, you guys are going through things too. You don't have to tell me what you're going through. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going through. Because, at the end of the day, it's not death. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes I get frustrated, I get mad. I've been mad today, but then I have to think, and I seen this article about the mother and her 3 kids that her husband shot her because of an argument, and then turn around and then go, he's in the house and he shoots the 18-year-old, the 14-year-old, and the 12-year-old, and he spared the life of the 10-year-old. He shot the 18-year-old, the 14, and the 12-year-old, and he spared the life of the 10-year-old. A whole family is wiped out. And then he shot himself. You guys, they did have a number on here. I don't know where it's at now, but they had a number on here. And I wanted to get into that number. It's a 1-800 number. If you know somebody that's going through something like this, you know, but let me see here. Yeah, he said every relationship you have, you're gonna deal with something like that. But it's a 1-800 number. I'm trying to find it. But for some reason, whatever you're going through right now is not as bad. Yeah, he says, I never expected to write this book. It is different from anything ever. And I don't think he's about making money, you know. I don't think this is about making money. He's got his wife. His wife's name was Lisa. He said after she died, the New York City-based author told Fox, my brain just went out to lunch. I couldn't read. He wanted to write something that could be useful to others who might be in his shoes. So, you know, sometimes we only think about those things. Hey, Valerie, how you doing? Hey, Soldier Girl. Hey, Nancy. When the holidays come. But I'm telling you, sometimes, if you really look, sometimes we look at our life and nothing's going right, especially, you know, when you're trying to do something. That's when everything falls apart, people acting ignorant. You know, your friends act like they're your friends, but they ain't your friend. They only your friends when you could be there for them, you know. When they got everything going right for themselves, they can't even take your phone calls. Or they be like, call me back, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. And you can't even talk to them, you know. And it makes you feel like, well, I feel all alone, you know. And so when you feel all alone, that's part of depression. It is. Oh, something's in my eye, you guys. Hold on. I know it's my eyeball, but no, I think my eyelashes is kind of folding in my eye. But, you know, you start feeling, where's everybody when I need somebody? Where are they at? If you call them up and you say, hey, how's it going? You don't really want to tell them, you know, I'm feeling kind of down. You know, nothing's going right. Because I sure can tell you, they're going to be talking about something you know nothing about. You know? So, I understand, Valerie. I understand. Like I said, you know, it's not for everybody, but I know, you know, people that are going through something need to keep in mind sometimes when people call you or they just want to talk, let them talk and don't take all the room. You know, they may just need a little time to really tell you what's really on their mind. It may not be the cheese that's in the refrigerator that you had to throw out, or the paper boy threw the paper in the neighbor's yard, or the dog ate it, or whatever. You didn't make it into the school you wanted to, or they didn't have room for you, or your car's not working, or somebody just cussed you out, or somebody just getting on your last nerves. So what I'm saying is, those of you that know that your emotions are running high, and this is for everybody, when your emotions are running high and you know it, is sometimes sit back and just think about all the goodness that God has brought to you. You know, everybody goes through hard times, whether you lose a job or you thinking of, a loved one that's not here, or a school class or something you didn't get or whatever. Trust and believe people are more important than whatever it is, the cheese, the class, the dog, school, somebody said something the wrong way. I know when we talk sometimes we be like, I would do this and I would do that. I wouldn't let this happen. And and people, they say things and they don't think that that person is not trying to be violent or aggressive. That person just wants peace in their life. Will continue to have peace in your life, because being aggressive is not going to help the situation. It's only going to make the situation worse. So I was just going to have this as an open topic. And if anybody wants to call in, you can. You will get points. You will get your ticket. But just remember, whatever we going through or you going through, I'm going through, and it's not working out the way you want it to work out, or you not understanding, like, it's supposed to be easy, or things get easier and it's not getting easier, and people are just saying, there's always comes sometimes in our life where we have to back up. We have to back away from people sometimes, especially the ones you know for a fact that they are irritating you. They are getting on your nerves. Like, say for instance, you might have a girlfriend that she's only around when everything is good for her. She's never around when things are not good for you. Now I'm gonna tell you something about a friend. And I have to cancel some of my friends. I'm just being knowledgeable right now, and I'm being very transparent. I'm gonna have to cancel some of my friends. Yeah. Because you know what? Sometimes they suck you dry, and you could be having a good day, but then you let them, it's almost like dump dirty trash in your house. And you're sitting there praying for them, wondering how you can help. You just can't give them a sandwich because they hungry, they going to be hungry tomorrow. So you can't just help them like that, because you can give them a sandwich today and then they going to need a sandwich tomorrow. They going to need a sandwich the next day. So giving them a sandwich one day is not going to help. But being there for them so they can tell you, some people, they want that lifeline. Just listen. Just pay attention to my heart, what's going on. I'm serious, you guys. I'm telling you this because I know, I'm telling you, 95% of you guys, you guys hear what I'm saying. If it ain't happened, it's going to happen, or it is happening, and you just deal with it. But don't get frustrated when it's happening and you see yourself getting frustrated. I'm going to use myself as an example. Okay, I'm looking for another school. Yeah, I'm still going forward with the school that I've been interested in, and I've given them everything I'm supposed to, my transcripts and getting things transferred, and not knowing this, knowing that. I'm shell shocked because the school that I was interested in has let me down, and it made me vulnerable. So it's very hard for me to trust another school. And then they say, we need you to do this, do this, jump, 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 jump. And I'm frustrated. I'm so frustrated. But at the same time, my income have not changed. My health has not changed. You know what? I still got a running car. And I got tires on it. But Nothing really has changed. So why am I really frustrated? Because here's the thing, I'm thinking about self, 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 self. When I read this news article where a man and a woman got into an argument, they love each other. They got 4 kids. They live in a nice area. So money's not a problem. Love is not a problem. You got 4 kids. That means every 2-3 years she was getting pregnant. They love each other. They got an 18-year-old, they got a 14-year-old, they got a 12-year-old, and they got a 10-year-old. So 4 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. And so they've been together 18 years at least, because they got an 18-year-old. And it may not be his child, but it could be. But nevertheless, you let something get so anger in you that you go get the gun, you shoot the wife. After you shoot the wife, you go through the house, you go to this room, you shoot that kid. You go to this room, you shoot that kid. You go to that room, you shoot that kid. And then you just shoot yourself. The other kid was in the bed asleep, but it's just too much. It's just too much. Arguing, I'm going to tell you right now, I try my best not to argue with people. I try my best. You guys should know me. I know one person in here, Sanja Was. She been here from the beginning and she's still here. There's people that would come on this page and will make videos, want me to argue with them. About what? What we arguing about? You don't know me. I don't know you. You can make fun of me. You can make fun of anything. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's just like you wake up to make fun of someone. You don't even know me. Now you want me to come back and tell people that's not true, this is not true, that's not true. When I first started this channel, people was like, when I finally let some people in and I said, hey, they were in the bushes. Yeah, SP said she's married to a pastor. She married to a minister. You know what? They were so clueless about what a minister is and a preacher is. They was like, yeah, she was stealing money from church. Okay, if that's true, what church are you talking about? Then you have certain people that come in your channel and then they run and go tell the person. She says she go to this church. She says she go to that church. She says if you know anything about ministers, ministers don't handle the money. Okay? Ministers don't not the church I go to. Ministers don't handle the money. They just come in and speak when they need. When the pastor, he's over the church. But I didn't sit there and explain to nobody. I let them say whatever they want to say. To get into an argument with a nut. I want to say idiot, but I was told not to say the word no more. Idiot. To get in argument with someone, yeah, it becomes, they're draining your energy. They're draining all your positive energy. And then it can become really uncomfortable. It can be really uncomfortable. They don't even know what they're talking about. Why would you sit there and say, okay, I'm going to have to go in and tell people this is this, this is this. At the end of the day, if you thought it, or if you think it was suspicious or something, be my guest to do whatever you need to do. If this is how they want to get people over there, because they're doing little geeky stuff or something, and I'm gonna tell you, some of you guys was over there. Some of you guys was over there, and I know you was over there because I seen you over there. I know. I heard certain people on phone talking. I tried to help her, and I tried to tell her this and tell her that, and she's a this is this. Like, no, you. I don't need. Don't come help me. Help yourself. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just not gonna argue about it. And so it can become draining, but not only being draining, it takes your energy. It takes all the positive. You're trying to sit there and redeem something to somebody that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them. You know, like at the end of the day, when we get off of this channel today, we're all sitting at our own homes, or we're sitting in the car, or we're sitting and we're listening. I want you guys to listen to what I'm saying, because this is true. This is facts. We all go through something, whether it's a death, school, you know, a relationship, business transaction that ain't working out right. It could be anything, a job. You know, I know some people right now, it's a lot of things ain't working out right. Or just sitting back just thinking. You're gonna think of negative stuff. You're gonna think of you got to get your circle, make your circle where it's a positive circle. You guys understand what I'm saying? Please put a 1 in the box if you understand what I'm saying. Make your circle positive. And regardless how much you might like somebody, regardless how much you love talking to them, if it ain't positive, you kind of need to stay away from it. You really do. I'm speaking to myself. I really do. So if you don't get a call back from me, just think about what I just said. And I'm being honest. I'm just letting it, I'm just being truthful. I like people around me that is a positive atmosphere. Tell me what else I can do. Tell me how I can go about this. I call people on a, I call them on a, you know, hey, how's everything going? Oh, everything good. What's going on with you? Hey, this ain't going right. Hey, did you try this? Okay. Did you try that? Okay. Thank you. And then I'm off running trying it. I'm off trying it. They can call me and say, hey, girl, you know, I'm dealing with some health issues. And I say, hey, you know, talk to your doctor. Hey, can you go work out a little bit? That might help. Hey, take this medication. That might help. If you're not getting that kind of feedback when people call you and you call them, it's just basically gossip then, okay? And I just letting you know, I'm not a gossiping person. I don't want to gossip. I want someone to tell me what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. I was just on the phone with Zan. She's one of the people that I call sometimes, and I say, hey, you know, I'm doing this, and it's just not, it just ain't working out. And she said, what's not working out? That's how I know that's a friend. What's not working out? You know what I'm saying? Or she called me back and she said, I'm sorry, I had this to do, that was going on. What's going on? What's not working out? And I say, hey, you know, I'm looking at these other schools. And they're asking me for stuff that I don't really want to do. And she listened. And then people were calling me while she was, you know, we were talking. That's what I'm saying. Surround yourself around people that can, like, I don't never need somebody to hand me a sandwich, money, a car, or this, that. I don't need that. That don't, because what you give me, I'm just being honest. What you give me is it's good. It's nice, But I'm saying I need support, mentally, you know, emotionally. I need you acknowledgeable to help me that way. Tell me where to go. Tell me what to do. Tell me how I can be a positive instead of a negative in my life. So when people call me, like I'll call and they'll tell me, hey, yeah, I'm going to be going through this. I'm going to be going through that. I call them and say, hey, I was just thinking about you. You doing okay? What's going on? Tina Powers, yeah, she says, SP, thank you for calling me this morning. I was going through, but you made my day. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't want anything. I was just, hey, I'm at work. I was, okay, you good? You good? Because you've been on my mind. I just want to know you're okay. I don't call just because I need something. Sometimes I just call, hey, how's it going? You doing all right? You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if things is going so great in your life, good. Good. But really pay attention to what you're saying. Things going great in your life. There's some people I just would not tell them what's going on in my life. I just would not. Because, I know what they will be doing. They will be praying for it to continue to happen, whatever it is. They be like, oh, man, she down, she this, she that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Trust me, it's not going to change nothing in my life. You praying for something negative is not going to change anything in my life. You don't have that kind of power. See, whatever's happening in my life is happening because of my life, what God chooses for me, not what somebody else can choose for me. So I don't worry about that. I just don't. I don't worry about people putting roots on me and spells and praying for this. I will not let you touch me. For real, for real. No. Matter of fact, sometimes people get mad at me. They be like, you're not a huggy person. My daughter tell you, Mama, you just never was a huggy person. I say, no, because what I do show you. I'm not going to talk about what I can do for you. I'm going to be there. When I say I'm being there, I'm not sitting there hugging you and we going to watch the boat go down. No, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on it. Like you say you need this, I'm not going to hug and we going to cry together. I'm not the type of person going to cry with you. I'm like, okay, now what can we do? What can we do? Because at the end of the day, I don't let people borrow money. I wish people would just don't even ask me. Because I don't have it like that. You know what I'm saying? I have enough for me. And trust me, my life is not what everybody think. But I love to give and I love to share. But I'm not going to give because you need. No. God tells me who to give it to. God tells me who to give it to and when to give it. And I can't give you something I don't have. You guys understand that? I just can't give you something I don't have. I mean, I got goals and dreams too. You want, you might say, well, I want a car. Can you help me get a car? I've had people say, can you help me get a car? No, I can't help you get a car. I need a car too. I mean, but you got a car. Yeah. And to go to work, I need a decent car to get where I'm going. Now, if I give you my little twos and fuses that I have saved up to get a car to go to work so I can pay my bills, then I'm in bad shape because now my car is not running and I can't come to you. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm really messed up. So just because I have a nickel quarter over here doesn't mean I hand it to you. Because I was telling my son this. I was telling my son, like, you help people, and what you do, you help them, they take it, and they eat, and it's gone. And then they sit there. And then the next time you get some more money, they're doing the same thing. They eat, and then it's gone. I say, son, you can't surround yourself around people that eat, and then you're trying to tell them they need to help, and they're so used to you're getting, they eat, and it's gone. So, like me and everybody else, I have to take my money and put it towards people that I know that is, you know, they're investing their money. They're going to work. They're saving for this. So when I do know that they need, I can help them get to their next level because they're doing something. You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, say, for instance, they're doing something. They're going to work. They're making sure they can get to work. They're, you know, even if they're just playing the Powerball or the Mega Million or whatever, they're doing something. They're not just sitting there, okay, what's next to eat? What's next to eat? Because when I give to those people, and I put a stop to that, they're back again. What's there to eat? What's there to eat? You guys know what I'm saying is true. You can't argue with them. The only reason why you're mad is because you allowed them to get into your heart and you're trying to help them. You call yourself helping them and you're not helping them. You can, and the only way you can help them is to do you, make sure you're okay, and in that way they can see by a good example that you're okay. Quit hollering and arguing with people about what they're doing. Let them keep doing what they're doing because they get a dime and they're happy. They're happy, happy, happy. When the dime is gone, that's when they come around. They're like, oh, my goodness, you know. Oh, I got this bill and this just happened and oh my God, what am I going to do? And you're going to be like, well, did you save that dime and go buy a t-shirt or a box of crowns and try to sell that box of crowns before you came to the last dime? Or you call me and say, you got a quarter, you know what? I believe, I really truly believe now we are and we have been in the ends of time. You know, when the virgins are supposed to have their oil and light their lamp and they wait for the groom, which would be Jesus, to come. And as we're waiting for him, we're supposed to be waiting and he does not show up yet. But then somebody comes to you and say, give me what you have. And you say, no, go get it yourself. When you tell people to go get for yourself, because we can't help everybody. We just can't. You can tell them what to do and they don't want to do it. That's why they're in their situation. Even if you help them, they'll go keep doing what they've been doing, which it doesn't work. And you told them it don't work. You can't hand this to this child. You can't just hand it to your husband. You can't sit there and watch this person eat up every nickel, dime, and quarter. You can't keep doing that. You have to make a change. You got to make a decision to do better. She said, I live from paycheck to paycheck, and that's enough for me and SP and family. But other than that, you better not ask me for no money. See, yeah. Yeah, because that's the way it is. Be, and Miss Dee Dee just said it, be about it, don't speak about it. So I was very fortunate that when my daughter wanted to go to school, I didn't say, well, let's go think about this. Come over and I'll give you a hug. She didn't need a hug. She needed some money. And at that particular time, I felt kind of bad for my kids because I should have had it available for them. So when they got ready to go to school or whatever they needed, she was trying to go through school. So of course I'm gonna take out and hand it to her because I should have had you a school funding thing set up for you, but we had to spend it because I made bad decisions. Not saying I spent it on this, that, or the other. I spent it on surviving. I boohooed and cried to my mother, and my mother said, "You've got $28,000 saved up." I said, "It's for my kids, Mama." She says, "Girl, you got to live right now. You got to pay house payment and all them bills, and you ain't got no job. What? That don't even make sense." That's what she told me. She said, "That don't even make sense. Quit crying about this. Keep going to school yourself because your kids will not go no further if you're sitting there crying about you're trying to save them some money for school. You don't even know if they're going to go to school." And I was like, but, and she says, "Keep working your wrinkle dinky job and keep going to school yourself. But if you've got to spend that money to pay for the house payment and the water and the lights and put some food in the house, do that." And you know what? I spent every last penny of that money going to school. And then, so when my daughter is asking me, "Mama, they're going to kick me out of school if I don't come up with some money, And I'm like, well, crap, what are we going to do? Of course, I need to make sure, you know, she has it, It didn't matter what I had to do. If I had to go get a credit card and cash out or something or whatever, let me pay you by the credit or something, I'm going to do it, So you guys, I'm just telling you that, people going through things. I go through things. You guys go through things. I got my glasses off so I can't even read what you're saying right now. I need better glasses because I can't read nothing. But you guys going to have to be very cautious when people come around because don't get in arguments with them. There's one good thing that this guy said that I've always noticed, and that is, I've always knew that if something ever happened to me, that's why I had a lot of videos. You could see me in person and this, that. And in this last year, I'm like, I am not feeling it. I am just not. But when my kids need to hear what I'm saying, they can hear my voice. They know I'm talking to them. So some of you in there is like, you're talking to me. Well, I am talking to you. If it's for you, it's for you. If it ain't, it ain't. But I know that if anything happened to me, my kids can pull up a video or something and don't even know that I'm speaking to them. They might pull up this video and because they're just missing me and they just want to hear my voice. They don't need to see me. They see me now. But if they want to hear my voice and they don't understand something in life, the same thing that I say to my children and say to people that I love, I speak in the truth. I'm just telling you, this is what you do. So sometimes, you guys, in the near future, when you see little titles like "Be Slow to Anger," basically, I'm reaching so that anytime my children will stumble on this video, they will say, oh, mama was talking to me. She wanted me to know this. And you too. But I'm just being honest. Just letting you guys know. You'll see a title and it says, be slow to anger. And then they will probably, because they just Google anyway. They will. And I know they will. Because you know what I do? Like on TikTok right now, there's a couple of videos, but there's one particular video that I made with Suge. Now they took the song, so you can't hear the song that I sing with Suge, and that hurts. But before I would visit that, one video, and I would look at Suge and me, and Suge had tears in his eyes because we both know he was dying. But I was singing to him, and he loved it. He loved it, you guys. But now you can't even hear it. You can only see me singing, but you can't hear nothing, and you can see him. And it's okay. You know. So, at the end of this whole live today, I want you guys to take one thing with you. It is about the 4 kids in Oklahoma, or not 4 kids, but the 3 kids and the mom that life got taken from them. But look, think about you guys, whatever it is you're going through, and I'm speaking to myself, it is not more important than those lives that got taken. It's not. It's not. I guarantee you, the uncle and the mom and the sisters and the cousins, they would give anything, school, a car, all their money, just to have those lives back. So don't ever think whatever you're going through is so more important, because it's not. Be thankful that whatever you're going through it. And that is what the word tells you. I'm not telling you no lie. The word tells us that even though that we're going through tribulation, be thankful that you're going through tribulation, because it ain't even got to be that. Sometimes we just need to speak the truth. Yeah, Pooh Bear will know. He will be like, that's my grandma. Pooh Bear love his grandma. I thought I was going to see him today. But I'm going to go to work. I just, sometimes, I just want to get away from this house, people around me. And so they did ask me to come to work, and I don't even know why, because, the woman she doesn't even really need a baby. She doesn't need a nurse. She really doesn't. But some people, they are privileged. And you know what? That's fine. They privileged, and it helps me. Because my money sure was funny this morning. My money was looking funny this morning. It was laughing at me. Have your money ever laughed at you? You be like, I thought I was going to get this, and I thought I was going to get that. And you give me this. You remember there's a commercial on the Steve Harvey show, and he was talking to the principal, which was whatever her name is. I can't remember her name. And she always be acting like she got it going on, and she do. But he was like, Kunta Kinte got paid more than this. When he finally got his first check as being a part of the school, the teacher, the faculty, Regina. He was talking to Regina, and he was like, Kunta Kinte got paid more than this. You know, little things like that. Even though he's not really the best comic, it made me laugh because that's how my check was looking this morning, y'all. I'm saying, you know what? I was on the phone with Sanja, and she was like, "Girl," I said, "I am finna leave over here, and I am finna go to my job. I am finna pull up." She said, "Yes, that's what you do. You pull up, and they need to see you in person." And you need to find out what's going on because things ain't right. Now, I didn't get out of hand. I just went in and said, "Hey, my check ain't right. What's going on?" And the lady was like, "Oh, okay." Matter of fact, she met me at the door. And I said, "I need to see Lisa. She's in, she's over payroll." She was like, "I'm Lisa." I said, "Hey, Lisa, it's nice to see you. We need to sit down and have a conversation about what's going on with my check. Matter of fact, it's shorter than a normal check, and I'm supposed to have this, and I'm supposed to have that, and all of that." She said, "My money laugh at me all the time." Because my check was looking at me going, "You're doing this right now and you're not going to have enough money, honey." Yes. And I was sitting there going, "Oh my goodness." Anyway, she had to explain it to me. She said, "I was up early this morning checking my account and it said $300 credit. I thought it said minus. Y'all, I put my clothes on at 7 and no bank open ready." Then I looked back at that. Girl, we need a come to Jesus conversation about my money. Yes. Because you be like, what am I going to do? Oh my goodness. This person, I told him I was going to pay, and I told them this, and now they looking at me like, "You needed what done?" And I'm like, "Can we just do half of it today?" Trust me, I'm telling y'all the truth. I had to tell these people where they were taking care of something I needed taken care of. I had to go to them and say, "Can we take care of half of it today? And then we just gonna have to make it work." They was like, "Oh, okay, we understand." Yeah, because when I leave here, I need to go figure out what just happened. So yeah, you guys, So I thank everybody that answered their phone this morning and just calmed me down. They did. They had to calm me down. I wasn't finna go jump. I wasn't gonna jump over no 10-story building. I wasn't gonna jump through the window. No, 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 no. I was just like, "Oh my goodness." And they'd be like, "Calm down, calm down, calm down. We just need to just go ahead and finish that, and then you get your butt in your car. And no, we don't need to call them on the phone because they ain't answering. They ain't here yet. And you meet them at the front door. Hey." And that's what I did. I said, "Hey, Lisa." I didn't even know that was Lisa. I was like, "Hey, I'm here. I need to talk to a Lisa." That's it. She said, "I'm Lisa." I said, "Lisa, you're who I need to talk to." She said, "My money is squeezed so tight and the change is a lifesaver." Oh my goodness. They say, on them nickels, they say that you squeeze that nickel so tight that the buffalo poop is still in your hand. Girl, you be trying to make the ends meet. I'm telling you. Oh my goodness. But like I said, once I took care of it, she said, "Oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and you're going to be okay. It just don't come on this check." And I'm like, "Well, really, we're really not going to be okay, but we're going to have to make it okay because I know, they are going to pay." Yeah, I know that. But I need to make sure you guys know you're going to pay, right? Because it ain't supposed to be looking like this. And I got this because you're on a payment plan over here, and you got Tommy waiting to pay Peter and all that other stuff. And I said, okay, there's nothing you can do about it but wait on it. That's the only thing you can do about it, you guys. Okay? If you gotta wait to get something fixed, you just gonna have to wait to get something fixed. It's you can cuss people out, you can call them names, and they're not going to change their stand. They've got your money. That's the truth. So anyway, we'll see what happened. So my husband, she said, we still breathing. Yes, we still breathing. I came home and my husband was like, okay, so where you been? I was like, I had to go get, the car fixed and this, that, and the other. He was like, oh, really? I said, yep. And then my check is messed up, so I ran over there. And he was like, and did you get this and did you get that? Because we were waiting on all of that. And I said, no, honey. He was like, well, he got mad. He got mad like it was his check. He was like, what do you mean? I said, oh, honey, no. They told me that it'll have to go on the next check. She said I had to get $59 from my oldest son to fix the toilet, was making my water bill high. Yeah. Rob Peter to pay Paul. Exactly, Tina. Y'all know what's going on. See what I'm saying? It when things happen, when it rains, it pours. And it rains on the just and the unjust. So people be like, but I'm a Christian. God, why are you letting this happen to me? He say, why not? Aren't you living? Things are going to happen. Things happen. It's called a dualistic world. Matter of fact, somebody told me that a long time ago when I worked at Boeing. That was like 20 years ago. Let me read what that means. Because the man told me that he was an atheist. What is a dualistic world? Two distinct contending forces. In simple terms, dualistic thinking views the world as composed of two distinct contending forces. People who employ this mode of reasoning may view their reality in terms of black and white with no space for gray area. In general, the ideal is that for some particular domain, there are two fundamental kinds or categories or things. Wow. See, dualism. This entry concerns dualism in the philosophy of minds. The term dualism has a variety of use in the history of thought. In general, the ideal is that for some particular domain, there are two fundamental kinds or categories or things or principalities in theory logical. For example, a dualistic is someone who believes that good and evil are God and the devil, are independent and more or less equal forces in the world. Dualism contrasts with monism, which is the theory that there is only one fundamental kind. Categories of things or principalities, and rather less commonly with pluralism, which is their view that there are many kinds of category. But he said dualistic. He didn't say, he said dualistic. He said, so what he was telling me, there is the theory that the mental and the physical, or the mind and the body, or the mind and the brain, are in some sense radically different kinds of things, become common sense tells us that there are physical bodies, and because there is intellectual pressures towards producing a unified view of the world, one could say that materialistic monolism is the default option. Discussion about dualism therefore tends to say or start from the assumption of the reality of the physical world, and then to consider arguments for why the mind cannot be treated as simply part of the world. Wow. Wow. And it goes on and on. I bet you get off into some heavy conversation. He said the problem of conscious is what is consciousness, how it is related to the brain and the body. She said, "You're funny, Tina, and you are correct, girl." So, a dualistic world, I can tell you what it means without looking it up, you guys. A dualistic world is the world is going to revolve whether you're in it or not. You know what I'm saying? So, it's best if it's going to work. Okay, here's another way you can look at it real quick. Check this out. Just think, if you went in your house and shut the door, the world is still gonna work regardless. It's gonna keep working, and things are still gonna be happening. You can watch TV. Guess what? Everybody's still gonna be in this world doing things. You can shut the door. Everything is still going to be happening, whether you're involved or you're in it or you're not in it. Just like Miss Candy and her 3 children. The world is still going to work. And it's, tomorrow will come if God gives it the, the instructions to come. It's going to come. And whether you get paid or not, guess what? Your bills will either get paid or they not get paid. So just do the right thing, and that's how it becomes a dualistic world. That's what he meant by it's a dualistic world. Whether you're in it or not, whether you're going to do the right thing or not, the world is still going to work and it's still going to happen. So the best thing to do is pay that bill so you'll have your lights, get your car fixed so you'll have a transportation, go to school so you can go to the next step, talk to your spouse so that you guys will be on the same page. That's what it means. If you don't do those things, if you don't pay the bills, they're going to cut off the electricity. If you don't pay your rent or your house payment, you sooner or later they're going to put you out. It might be a long time, but they're going to put you out. If you don't get the car fixed, then guess what? You're going to have to catch a ride or whatever. So do the things that you're supposed to do, no matter, even though you're going through things, because it gets worse. Hey, this is SP. Hey, Valerie, what's going on? All right, your number 7929754.
Yeah, I was just listening to your wisdom and stuff. Just as for prayer, I'm going through it kind of this week. Because my baby will be 16 on the 7th, and I can't milk tunnels the water works. So like you say, when people need you, they call you and dump all this stuff on you. But when I need them, they'll know we're alone. I can't even make a phone call. I offered a friend a place to stay a few days. Her apartment burned up. So long as I can do it for her, okay, fine. She hasn't called me since Christmas, so I'm not picking up the phone and calling anymore. I'm just taking a step back. I appreciate the call on the word advice. And I say, we're not talking about too much anything. It's just the thought she thought of me a call. And hey, I thank you just for that, because nobody calls me. And I do feeling low. Not just now. I've been going through some pain in my chest, but my daughter's going to the hospital. I'm going to the hospital. She got my car. So I said, I'm not going to the hospital anymore. But I appreciate you guys. You guys on prayer today. I probably needed that. I had to get off of it because I didn't get to it. So I just told back in, and I just want you guys to keep me in your prayer.
We sure will, Valerie. We love you.
I love you too, Leslie. I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So you guys, you see, there's always a word for somebody. It may not be for you, but the word is for somebody. Cause I know, I know. Sometimes I'm not patting myself on the back, you guys. I'm just telling you, the Lord, the Lord knows what He's doing. The Lord knows what He's doing. So sometimes people come in, oh, we're not gonna talk about this. No. We just gonna keep we gonna keep because somebody needs to hear this. That's what we're gonna do. God is saying somebody needs this. The Lord is putting it on my heart. So you know, I know. Trust me, I know how people are. And I know when we're in need, we don't need money, we don't need car or food. We just need somebody. We just need somebody to, you know, someone to listen sometimes, someone to hold our hand, someone just to be there. Just matter of fact, we can call them up and talk about something else. We ain't got to talk about this. We can talk about ice cream, or we could talk about, peanuts. And, I got a girlfriend. I got a girlfriend, and she be going through so much, you guys. She be going through so much. But you know what? I call her up and I say, hey, I'm trying to figure out this problem of school, something, study. And we'll laugh all night long. We laugh all night long. She said, girl, I get done talking to her. She said, girl, I ain't even thought about my problems. We sitting over here laughing. And ain't got two nickels to rub together, but we be sitting there laughing. Because we can't figure something stupid out. You know what I'm saying? You guys make those phone calls. Call your family. Call your friends. Call people that's there for you. Even if it's just to say, hey, how you doing? Everything okay? And they'll let you know. And maybe not, they won't. But I guarantee you, the way the world is right now, what's going on in this world, I guarantee you, they just need to hear you say, hey. Sometimes I called my daughter this morning. She's like, oh, Mama, I'm busy. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to hang up and you be busy and do you. She called me later on and she said, hey. She said, did you need something, Mama? I said, nope. Didn't just want to hear your voice. Did you need something? She said, nope. And I just told her again, thank you. Because when you bless me, I was able to bless somebody else by doing what I said I was going to do. And I'm pretty sure, they're okay. She said, so in other words, go broke, then you will have food to eat, a place to stay, a running car, or go broke in lights. You got to have lights. I'd rather go broke than have nothing. Well, it can all, you can lose it all in one day. It's just the way it is. It don't have to be like, what everybody think it is, like a financial or money thing. It don't have to be that. Just be there for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen to what they say. I mean, like I said, Sandra Watts had to listen to me this morning. Yes, she did. She said, "Girl, you in your car? Yeah, you go on up there and find out what happened." I said, "Okay." And then later on, I just called Zan and we talked to Zan. "Hey, what's going on?" She's like, "Oh no, what's on your mind?" I was like, "Oh, they just asked me to do so much, girl. I just can't." She said, "What they asked you to do?" I was like, "I don't even want to talk about it." just sometimes I done calls in and I said, "Girl, just be there. Just right now, just be there. Just what's going on in the world, or how you doing?" I just don't even want to think about what I'm. Trust me, I'm going through it, but just be there. And she was, yeah. She said we end up laughing. Yeah, we end up laughing. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. And for some reason, my back trying to, sometimes people have back problems. It's really stress. It's really stress. So we'll just make it do. I am finna go warm up me some spaghetti. I was gonna cook some. I'm not even gonna cook today. I'm gonna go warm up me some spaghetti, and that's what I'm gonna eat. You guys, be good. Keep praying for these families. I know some cases are coming up, and we'll get to hear a lot. We're in May, and May the 12th will be Mother's Day. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. Okay, May the 12th will be Mother's Day. So you guys, yeah, we're coming to that. I'm gonna let you guys go. I didn't want to be on here long, but we was on here, and and pray for your sister, Miss Valerie. Just pray for her, and we always gonna be always here for you. All right, we gonna try.